I've got a question here that says, we have processed meat producers from Lithuania. We have around 10 clients in the UK now. Do we need export declarations from the 1st of January 2021 or the 1st of July 2021? And should it be done by us or a logistic company? Can they do that instead of us?
Yeah, that is very much one for me. As we went through in the presentation, the way in which the controls are introduced is phased over the period of January 2021 to July 2021. So just to recap on that, from January, all live animal exports will need to be notified. And then from April 2021, that expands to all products of animal origin. Actually, let me just double check that I've got that correct. Yeah, so from April 2021, all products of animal origin will require pre-notification. So I think if you are importing live animals, it's from January 2021, and then any products of animal origin from April. So the question of whether it has to be done by you or your logistics company, colleagues from HMRC may want to jump in on this, but I would say that it is the exporter's responsibility to ensure that the relevant documentation is with the consignment. Now, whether that is done directly by you or done by your logistics company, I would imagine is your decision on how you do it. The requirement is that it's on you to make sure that it is done. I don't know if colleagues and customs would have any comment on that.
Sounds about right to me.
Okay, perfect. Somebody asks, if no deal in UK banking ends with passporting, etc., for EU residents, how will payments be made for VAT, duty, etc.?
Sorry, Joe, say that again.
Somebody asks, if no deal and UK banking ends with passporting, etc., for EU residents, how will payments be made for VAT, duty, etc.?
Yeah, I'm afraid we won't be covering the services and banking as one today, but we will make sure that that information is available clearly on gov.uk. We're focusing very much on goods, and we recognise there are certain audiences that will be interested in services. I'm working with some colleagues to provide an event or a webinar that covers that sort of detail for EU audiences, so watch this space. Thank you.
Excellent. I've got a question here for DEFRA. SPS, when will the certification requirements be published?
We're not able to share a date yet. We are working on that. It will be on gov.uk when we're able to publish them. I'm afraid I can't give you a clear answer on that at the moment yet.
Excellent, no problem. I've got a question here from Chris who says, what about exchange of safety equipment imports or offshore platforms of serviced goods like safety equipment? We get goods back from the vessel and we replace like for like to the vessel/platform. Do we need customs clearances and export declarations?
Run that one past me again quickly.
Yeah, it was quite a lengthy one. So he asks, what about exchange of safety equipment in ports or offshore platforms? We get goods back from the vessels and replace them like for like to the vessel and platform. Do we need customs clearance and export declarations?
So this is about goods going offshore. This is still a bit of a live policy area, so we haven't got a final answer on that yet, but it's one that there should be updates on in the near-ish future. But we can update on that. I'm sure it'll be in one of the future updates, either to gov.uk or when it goes more widely shared.
There's been a couple more questions in for DEFRA from Slido, so shall I ask those ones next?
Yeah, go for it.
So will the UK use the EU traces system for issuing export health certificates, or will there be an integration between traces and the UK EHC system? James, did you want to take that one?
Sorry, I'm just just thinking through the question. I can't see that. Could you just repeat it for me, please?
Yeah, I've put it in the chat bar if that's helpful. So will the UK use the EU traces system for issuing export health certificates, or will there be an integration between traces and the UK export health certificate system?
Mm-hmm. So will the EU use? So will the UK use the EU? No, the UK will use the UK IPAS system for issuing export health certificates.
Yeah.
I think that was covered earlier in the presentation. Sorry, I struggled to just follow the various different questions coming through in chat and
No.
Q&A. Let me come back with a full answer on that. I'm pretty sure it was covered in the presentation.
Great. And then the second question was, will official vets in the EU need to gain access to IPAS to upload copies of health certificates? And is the system up and running now?
So the system will be up and running before the end of the transition period. I think a phased migration is planned in the coming weeks. Information on that can be found on gov.uk. So I would direct you to the relevant sections on there, and there are two guidance documents, one for sole traders and one for other businesses.
Thank you. I think that covers all the questions we've had in so far on Slido.
Okay, so I have a couple more. There's one that came in at 1:15 from Daniel saying, can you carry out veterinary checks in all UK ports for goods imported with animal origin, such as pet food? I guess that's quite a specific one.
Yeah, and the list of the border control posts will be published in due course. I'm afraid we don't have that just yet.
Okay. Someone asked, do we need comprehensive customs guarantee for import dutiable products to GB?
I'm not mute. On that one, it kind of depends. It depends on a number of different situations. You will need a duty deferment account, but it depends on, I believe, the amount of duty being deferred, whether a customs comprehensive guarantee is needed. But I'll double check that and update you.
Excellent. Got a question in from Paul saying, will we have access to the presentation? The answer to that is yes. You will get an email within the next 24 to 48 hours with a copy of where you can see the video again if you'd like to listen to it again, and the presentation slides as well if you'd like those. Are there any more questions that you guys have seen? I think that a lot of the ones that I've highlighted, not all.
There was one or two specifically on coniferous wood, which we will address in the after the meeting. I just wanted to acknowledge that we have seen it.
Mm. I will attempt also to share the video. The one thing to note about the video is the example used is moving live animals through the short straights, which is not something we do, which is not something that is done. So if you just suspend reality while you're watching this video on the smart freight system, that it will help you. But what it does do is show you the pages that you'll need to fill in. So I will share that with Joe and the team, and we'll get that out to you.
So briefly to jump back on a question, I've done a quick bit of digging on that that customs comprehensive guarantee thing. So currently under the UCC, you do need to have a CCG to be approved for a duty deferment account, and that will continue until the end of the transition period. However, after the transition period, HMRC does intend to remove the requirement for a CCG to undertake in a duty deferment account in most cases. So just to kind of reiterate my previous answer, I've double checked it, and that is the case. So in most cases you wouldn't need a CCG, but there would still be some cases. I haven't got detail on the exact type of case that would be.